Okay. I'm like super late. Not even super late. I think it's like a minute late. Like a minute late going live. I gotta get the rest of my lights and everything set up though. So hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. Give me a second. Give me just a second. And then I'll tell you guys what I've been doing because, oh my gosh. My house was crazy. Okay. Holy cow. Exactly 9 minutes ago, I realized I had to go live. And my makeup was not done. My hair was not done. And I was just finishing up my salad. So it took me about 7 minutes to get the hair and the makeup done. Hi, Thomas. And I'm eating green things right now. I'm sure that's like a total shock for some people. My house is a freaking disaster. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness I've got like the super, super curly hair. So I just have to like pull it back. And then these I have to actually curl because they're too long. So I look like Johnny Depp in the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. It's pretty funny. Oh, hi, Susan. But let me see. What am I doing? No, I don't know. Okay. Hi, Barb. How's everybody doing? I have been running around like a crazy person today because we are moving. You know, when you have a big family, you always have to move bedrooms, move stuff around, find what's going to work better. Hi, Anna. 'Tis the time to switch bedrooms. So we're moving 3 bedrooms. Holy cow. And every time we do this, we clean out. Hi, Katie. We clean out the rooms. So I currently have 10 bags to go to the thrift store. 10 trash bags to go to the thrift store right now. Hi, Tara. Hi, Julia. So much stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the stuff we had to keep Bella out of the room for. Because she would have been like, oh, I need that. I need that. I need that. You know, and it's like one shoe to a doll that we don't even have anymore. So we like, Noah entertained her and Cassidy and I purged. We got rid of 4 bags of toys and dress up clothes and clothes that don't fit her. And hi, Cassandra. Yet they want to keep every little, oh, I got this. It's half a thing. It's half a sticker, but it means something to me. So I will let her keep a lot of stuff, but that's enough. So we got rid of half of the crap in the room. There was so much stuff. So we did that. And now we're taking stuff from the other room, which I just did this other room 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's fine. It's not bad. But then I got the brilliant idea. Since we're already doing this, why don't we go through all the shoes too? Oh, and all the winter coats. Yeah. So I got a little overzealous. And we're getting rid of, I want to say, oh, my hair. No, seriously, my hair. 12 pairs of shoes and probably 10 winter coats. The thing is, between the winter coats and the jackets, of course, the kids are always growing out of everything. Hello, other Julia. I think we each had like 5 to 7 jackets and or coats. When there's 8 people in your house, it's a lot of jackets and coats. So I think, oh, thank you, Debbie. You're so sweet. So I think we got rid of maybe a dozen. There are so many. And it's hard because I'm like, well, I need a really, oh, you're so sweet. I'm like, I need a really heavy duty coat for the winter because it's Wisconsin. We get down to like -20. So I need that. And then we need a slightly lighter coat because it's not always -20. Sometimes it's like 0. And there is a difference between those 2 jackets, those necessities. And then there's the hunting jacket. Of course, I have to have that. And then we're going to want some lighter jackets as well. So what ends up happening is that, okay, it's neat. Is there a new feature on YouTube that you can make it to where only people can be in the chat if they are subscribed? Yes. I actually enabled that. I had several trolls recently that were causing problems. So I just switched it to where you have to be a subscriber to comment, and you have to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes before you can comment. Because I got some really nasty people issues coming in here. And hi, Andrea. I'm not always keeping up with every single chat that happens. So sometimes they're down at the bottom being jerks and I'm not paying attention. And I don't always have everyone in here. I don't always have anyone that can stay an hour and a half, because they usually go that long, that can kick people out. So that's why I try to, protect myself a little bit. So we got rid of a ton of jackets. What's nice is that me and the older girls all wear the same size. So we all wear the same jackets. We all wear the same boots. So as long as we have 3 pairs of boots, we're good. And then they're interchangeable. So we can kind of, play around with those. We can get away with less jackets. But we also, Cassidy's going to be 11. And she's going to be our size probably not too long from now. I'd give it a year or 2. So I'm going to have another kid that wears the same size. So there'll be 4 of us that would have interchangeable clothes. And then my Bella, of course, gets all the hand-me-downs. And, well, this one doesn't fit quite yet, but this one fits too good, and it's not going to last very long, but I don't want to get rid of it. My brain. So fried. So we got rid of so much stuff. It's going to be awesome because I didn't need all that stuff, obviously. And we still have to go through all of Noah's stuff. It's funny, Suzanne. I don't either. Suzanne said, I don't understand how people feel entitled to make rude and mean comments. I think, honestly, people are just miserable, and misery loves company. And it's so sad. It's so sad. I have some people in my life that are they're just miserable. And it's so hard to watch. It's like I didn't always used to be a super happy all the time person, especially when I was depressed and on medication. I wasn't really ever happy. Now I'm so free. It's so different, but there's definitely days where I have to choose joy. And there's days I fail epically in doing that. You guys don't always see that. I'm kind of waiting. I'm sure that there will eventually be a day where I am breaking down crying and I will record something, and I will post that. It hasn't happened, or I don't feel like it's needed to happen yet, but I have a feeling it will at some point in time. But I'm not going to fake it either. You know me, I like to be real, but everybody knows you have bad days, and everyone knows, we don't need to highlight those unless it's something major. Tara says, Tara says, yes, those are the people that are just angry at life, mean people. I'm not happy all the time either, but I never take my moods out on others. Never. there's sometimes that my children kind of get a little bit more than they should. Like, sorry guys, I love you. But then I use that as a teaching moment, and I go back and I apologize. And I tell them, you know what? I was having a really bad day, and that was not okay of me, and I'm sorry. Can you please forgive me? And that teaches them to humble themselves so that when they make a mistake, to go back and own up to what they did and then apologize and try to make it right. Even if you're embarrassed about it, I'm trying to teach them those things now, that it's okay. It's okay to suck sometimes. Sometimes we can't all be perfect. My mom always told me, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything. Follow this as a personal life goal. That's awesome. I'm sure that anonymity helps to be jerks, right? Yeah. I mean, if they really have nothing better to do but to subscribe to my channel, get on my lives, and be jerks, then I'll deal with them then. But they have to be just subscribed ahead of time. So does anybody have any questions about anything, or any comments, concerns, video topic requests? I need to get my junk mail envelope is getting a little full. I need to go get another one. I figure waste not, want not. So I keep this for my notes. How's the higher fat journey going? Absolutely amazing. Hi Michelle. I figure it's not going to be too long until my body slows down with the ketone production. What I predict is going to happen, based on Dr. Boz's books and the continuum. You can absolutely ask a question about iodine. Based on the continuums in her book, I am assuming that I am not going to continue making these amazing levels of ketones forever, let alone very much longer. So I have to stay diligent in checking my numbers to see where things are and how things are going. And I'm sure I'm going to have to move up in the continuums and start to get a little bit tighter in my eating window and things like that. But as for right now, if it's working, I ain't going to mess with it. And right now it's working. But I know that Dr. Boz has to do like 48 to 72 hour fasts every week to get into the deeper states of ketosis, which she only does every once in a while. She doesn't push it to make sure to keep it. But she has to stress her metabolism to do that, because she's been doing this for 5 years. What happens when that happens? Share your strips. Oh girl, you know I will. So what I've been doing on I will go back and catch the questions. What I've been doing on my what I eat in a day for the fatty additions, I think I'm going to start taking my ketone levels on those so that people can see, hey, remember when I was getting like the 4s and 5s? I'm barely getting the 1s now. Now it's time to adjust and try to get my metabolism working again the way I want. Because sometimes, unfortunately, we make it look easy. And right now I'm at that stage where I make it look easy. And that's not always encouraging to everyone. So, thank you, Barb. I just got back from Dr. Boz. Oh, I just got the Dr. Boz ketones and started using them yesterday. How do you like them? Which flavor did you get, Tara? Oh my gosh. I'm going to get it right. I swear. I've eaten carnivore for years. My depression and PTSD are gone. My mental health has improved so much. Congrats discovering carnivore. I'm not actually carnivore. I did carnivore. Carnivore did not work well for me. I can do carnivore, but I have to do an extremely high fat carnivore and not the higher protein carnivore. I'm actually the angel in the equation. I don't even have my necklace on, my little angel wing. My husband is the carnivore, or more carnivore than I am a lot of the time. So this is my, I'm about 3.5 years low carb. And now I am a ketosis nerd. That's kind of what I've ended up turning into. Jennifer says, when I start getting a little moody with my daughters, they start yelling, Karen alert, Karen alert. Oh my gosh. It's so sad that that's been named like the bad person name, because some of the sweetest people that I know are Karens. Like, I love several of them. They are just the sweetest, kindest people. I'm like, how on earth did you get like dubbed this evil person, and they just kind of laugh. Like, I don't know. Tara says, I definitely needed help getting back into ketosis. You're saving a tree by we're using envelopes for sure. I think I need to start checking my ketones. I still have a lot of inflammation. Probably it's possible to do it without checking for a time. But then if you really want results, you're going to have to start checking. I completely agree. If your inflammation is still there, it could be something that you're eating, or it just could simply be too much protein. Michelle says, I started taking iodine drops, the Lugol's, in January, and I started developing pains in my joints and my toes and fingers. Have you ever heard of anything like that being associated with iodine? So, Michelle, have you read The Iodine Crisis? New Keto Mojo should be coming soon. I love it. I don't think that the blood strips and lancets would have to go into the hazard bin, because I don't think there's enough of it. Like in the strips, I think it's up inside. The lancets are so tiny. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so Michelle, this book, The Iodine Crisis, is absolutely incredible. And there is, I'm not sure which page it's on. Let me see if I can find it. But everything that you would ever need to know about iodine and all of the, okay. Is that part of it? The protocol, the side effects of iodine. Iodine is not something that you can just take however much of it you want and have no side effects. You will absolutely detox bromide and fluoride and chlorine. Okay, so on page 204, all of this and all of this are the bromide and toxin detoxification symptoms that happen when you start taking iodine. And tingling in hands and feet, depression, dark thoughts, emotionality, skin. It looks like you have cuts on your skin, just like random little cuts. Hair loss is a side effect of taking too much iodine. I think that there was something in here I'm looking about like pain, joint pain, things like that, rash, metallic taste, cherry angiomas, sedation, lethargy. Like there's so much stuff that can happen when you're detoxing from the bromide when you start taking the iodine. There's a very good chance that's exactly what that could be. So on pages 201, okay, 203, they talk about the salt loading protocol. The salt loading protocol helps to get rid of a bunch of those symptoms, those detox symptoms, but you have to do it like every day. You have to be consistent because you have so much bromide built up on your body. When you take a larger dose of iodine, it knocks the bromide off, which is then circulating around in your body. And if you are not detoxing well through your kidneys and your liver, it's going to get backed up. You have several options. It's going to start actually physically affecting you. You're going to put on weight because it's a toxin. So your body's going to encode it in fat, and then it's going to put it in your fat cells. So then some people will gain weight. So there's actually a lot to iodine, but the Iodine Crisis, that is absolutely an amazing book. I've listened to it twice on Audible, and I learn something new every single time. It is incredible. And I take a large dose of iodine every day because I feel like a completely different person when I do. So I love it. Yeah. Let me see. Raspberry lemonade, so yummy. Have you tried it with coconut milk and sparkling water to make like a cream soda, raspberry cream soda? I need to get some. I do that with my strawberry lemonade, and it's so good. I just haven't had any ketones for a little while because I'm making them, so I'm not going to drink them. I'm going to save them. I have a question. When counting macros, if I've eaten all my protein and I have carbs left over, can I eat the remaining carbs in place of protein? I'm guessing that's what you mean, Shirley. So, Ayana, who's the guy you're doing? Sykes, Robert Sykes. He actually wrote the book on ketogenic bodybuilding. And he says that protein and carbs are interchangeable. Dr. Boz says, stop at 20. He says that those two are interchangeable, at least in this first step, according to what I was seeing on Iona's stuff. So that could be a personal thing. You'd have to try and see and go ahead and do it. And then check your numbers. See if you stay in ketosis. So basically protein rules. Okay. But yeah, so I would definitely say try it and see. If you've still got 10 carbs, go ahead and eat 10 more grams of protein. See what happens. If you have bad numbers in the morning, And she says, but if you go over on the protein, have less carbs. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, Ayana. So it's like, you're supposed to be here, but if this is down lower, then you can take this one up a little bit higher. And so kind of play with it a little bit. Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see. I say try it, play it. This is not my mouse. Move the phone, Amy. Move the phone. Let me see. I'm struggling not to change midstream when not having success, but I'm still sticking to this protocol. It's been very interesting to see the split of people who it works for and then the group that it doesn't work for. And I don't know if you guys saw Neely's her latest Wellness Wednesday. She went over some very disappointing lab results that she got. And towards the end, she explains why the keto diet didn't work for her. And it actually all has to do with her ferritin and her iron levels. Come to find out, if you are severely ferritin and or iron deficient, if you are anemic, keto for those people sometimes and most of the time does not work at all. So for all of you people who you're not getting results, you're beginning to gain weight, you're ravenous, it's just not working right. My first question has now been, have you had your ferritin and your iron levels checked? Because that is actually a trend that people have seen. So you might want to go get that done if you haven't. And it needs to be both the ferritin and your iron, because they need to not just look at your iron, but look at your ferritin. So Neely's ferritin is like ridiculously low, like almost off the charts low. Mine is ridiculously high. And part of that, because normally my ferritin's fine, part of that is because of my autoimmune conditions, the inflammation in my body, and the Lyme disease, all that other stuff that I'm fighting off, all the co-infections. You want some of my water, baby? What? Oh, yes. And my water does have iron in it too. So we have a system that tries to remove some of the iron from it. But so I found that fascinating that people who are anemic and have very low iron, they can't do the low protein because their bodies are so deficient. What little they are getting from that red meat and from the meat itself is essential. And they essentially go crazy, which lines up with actually what Dr. Boz says, because she, in her brains course, one of the very first things that she tells people to do is you have to fix the iron. So many people are iron deficient. They have problems. She's like, you have to get your iron up before you can move on to the next step. She's 100% right. She just doesn't talk about it too much in the books. Like, I think she might mention it, but doesn't really focus on it. I had to trade in my old Keto Mojo for a new one. Didn't realize it was new. You can get old strips anymore. Don't you hate that? Yeah, it happens. Let me see. Keto Mojo will be here today. I can't wait to start checking. I'm very glad. The new, Amy, I need to ask if yeah, okay. Answered that one. I don't. I think that I just throw mine in the trash. If I'm supposed to do something else with them, then I'm in trouble. Just made egg wrap creamy salsa verde enchiladas. Oh, that sounds amazing. I don't know how I missed your waffle video. Just watched Lindsay's video on making some tomorrow. Oh, did she finally do it? Y'all, I've been so busy switching 3 bedrooms today that I haven't caught up on anything. Yeah, those yolk waffles, oh, they're They're so good. So good. Well, shoot, if you need iodine, will you mainly feel better? Sounds scary. Yes. You will feel incredible once you get through the detox, once you get over the humps and you figure out exactly how much you need. Then I legitimately feel like a different person with the higher dose of iodine. I don't tell everyone what I take because then everyone's going to be like, well, Amy feels good on that, so I'm going to do what Amy's doing. Don't do what Amy's doing. Amy is extra. Amy is crazy because my body is just doing, well, I've got my whole list of crap that I'm going through right now. So that's why I don't tell people how much, but yes, my hair stopped falling out almost immediately when I started doing it. And I didn't lose weight. I gained weight because I didn't do the salt loading protocol. So I got to work on getting that stuff off, all of that. Let me see. Michelle, thank you for talking to me. I'm crying. Thank you. I'll get the book ASAP. You are very, very welcome. I hope that it helps. It's the hardest thing to do is be patient and go one step at a time. It's just so hard. I know. We want to get better so fast. We've been sick for so long. We just want to get better. I put the lancets in an old water bottle until I send it with my daughter to her veterinary. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's a great idea to get rid of those, to get rid of the little lancets and the strips. You could absolutely put those in a little water bottle and then take them to a pharmacy for disposal, probably. Hi, Cindy. I had to back off the glucose drop because of the weight gain. I'm at 9 drops now. Yep, it's a thing. It's a real thing. They talk about it. The salt loading protocol will help a lot of people get rid of. Hi, Neely. I was just talking about you. They will help. It will help a lot of people for a lot of other things, but you have to do it properly to up your dosage. Otherwise, you get all those negative side effects. Richard's resting heart rate went up to 130 beats a minute for like 2.5 weeks because of the iodine, because he knocked so much bromide off so fast. His body was doing everything it could to ramp up his detox pathways so that it could get rid of it. So he'd be laying in bed and I'd go lay on his chest and his heart was about to pound out. It was ridiculous. And he had the hardest time sleeping and it was terrible. And it was just all from the detox. So you have to be diligent and make sure that you educate yourself on all of these things. It was totally crazy. And then Ayana answered questions. Let me see. What am I doing? Seems like I had something I was going to talk about, but I don't remember what it was. Besides the fact that my house is a total crazy mess. So Sammy says, in process of trying to figure out which tests I need to have done. Goodness, there's so much. Plus you have to ask for them specifically. Some are covered, others are not. 100%. It is not a healthcare system. It is a medical practice. That is what it is. It's not healthcare. It's something. Yeah. So it's something. Let me see. I'll explain more later, Shirley, if you have anything else. Yeah, Ayana, absolutely talk about that later in the meeting. We'll do that for sure. For anyone who does not know, I have a Mighty Network. I have a free group, and then I also have a VIP area. I've been so busy doing everything else that I have to back away from the free area. And then the Facebook, I will still be there, but not nearly as often. So if you want more one-on-one, this kind of stuff, we have 3 meetings a week over in my VIP section. And I can get to everyone's questions. We can dial in your macros personally. We can go over your food choices, all that kind of stuff. And you can get on 30 minutes prior and hang out in the room together with the other VIPs and just spend time together. Let me see. I wish there was a bundle we could request that included everything we might possibly need checked. I know. That's why I went with Danny, because a functional medicine lab workup is so different from allopathic labs. Like just so different. Yeah, watching from Georgia. Oh, is it really like nasty there today? I saw that there was another huge storm moving up. I need to go watch it. If y'all haven't heard of him, his name is it's Ryan Hall, y'all. That's my favorite channel. Absolutely my favorite weather channel to watch. He has saved people's lives because he has, it's even in his, if I remember correctly from the video I watched, he like took over their master bedroom to set up his whole like wall of monitors for weather chasing and really cool stuff. But there's been several times that he's like, if you are, in these areas, you need to go for shelter right now. And the alarms didn't even go off. But because people were watching him, they had gone for shelter. And then the next time he got on, people would pay him like $1,000, $5,000. And they were like, you literally saved my life, or you saved my mom's life because you said this, she did it. And that's the only reason she was alive, because the sirens hadn't gone off and we were going to stay up in the living room and we would have been dead because our living room was crushed. So I really like Ryan. No affiliation, no nothing. Never even talked to the guy, but I really like him and his channel. So go check out It's Ryan Hall, y'all, if you don't know about that, because he's the best for weather updates and things like that. I want my ferritin checked. Next time I get my blood work, I've been told I'm anemic. So was my mother, which could be one reason that the higher fat, lower protein does not work for you, Ayana. You could be just like Neely, where and it's so funny because Dr. Boz always talks about the importance of iron, get your iron levels right. But I didn't ever make the connection of keto won't work. Like it actually won't work for these people that have really low levels. So I found that just absolutely fascinating when in Neely's latest video. I was like, that is incredible. I love it. Any easy, no painful way to prick your finger. So what I do is I always do it on the side. And my lancet, which I don't have out here, I always set it on 1 or 2. The only time you should ever have it on a 5 is if you have extremely calloused hands from working, outside or anything like that causes you to have really, really thick calluses. You need to use the lancet to only on a 1 or a 2 so that it doesn't go in too far. I think Ayana had it set on like a 5 and she kept trying and she couldn't get anything to work. And so I had her put it down to 2. And then all of a sudden she got like big old huge blood drops. She's like, whoa. So on 1 or 2 for everybody is pretty good. I do it on the side of my finger or on the very, very top sometimes so that this part of your finger that you use more frequently isn't sore. Hi, Annabella. Good morning. So I'll do it on the sides. And I usually do it when my finger's pretty warm, because when they're cold, you would think it would be the opposite way. But when they're cold, you can't get as much blood out. So you're like sitting there squeezing and it hurts. So I like to, sometimes I'll stick my fingers in a cup of warm water and then I'll do it and wipe away the first drop of blood and then take your sample. And that for me works out pretty well. Let me see. I'm live. Get on. That's love, not live. Maybe she might not be able to. We'll see. But that's how I do it so that it doesn't hurt as much. My Keto Mojo test strip budget is getting restricted these days. Seriously, been doing so much testing lately. I know I'm balancing right now. I can only afford to test once a day. You can't even find the strips some places. So I can only test once a day. I can't test more than that. So I am waiting until just before I eat to see if I have reached my therapeutic ketosis level. As long as I've reached it before I eat, I'm good with it. And then I'll eat. So I'm not even checking my morning numbers anymore. I'm just trusting that I'm clearing out my liver. My glycogen bubbles are being popped. And eventually my morning numbers, my Donald effect will come down and go away. So I'm just going to stick with it and just do my very best. I've run out, but I just got the starter pack. Yeah, there's not a lot. It's so hard though, because I want to do all the tests. I find that using the side of my finger is least sensitive on me. I just want to wrap my used strips and lancets in a little package and tape it up. There you go. You can probably put them in like an envelope or something. I had pain in my shoulder a few days ago. I had some cherries today, and now the pain is gone. That is so amazing. And you could be one of those people that you are fine to include some of the extra things that a lot of us other ones can't. Hi, Marina. My ferritin was over 700. The results are from last fall. A lot of health problems, hypothyroid, fatty liver, have been on keto for 4 months. My type 2 is doing good, though. That's amazing. I'm hoping that your ferritin levels will help, will level out, because that's like your reserves of iron. And having too much is not super fantastic. Hi, Tina. You made it. Yeah. I use an old wipe container for my strips and lancets. When it's full, I tape it shut before putting it in the trash. There you go. I put the little thing back on top of the lancet. The one I take off, the new one, I put it back on the old one. Hot and humid. Thunderstorms too. Yeah, I need to go watch that Ryan Hall, y'all, because there's an update for a big old mess. That's what it is. It's a mess. I live in the rural area of Virginia and can't find a functional doc for 50 miles. You can reach out to Danny Conway. She is in my Mighty Network, and she is a functional medicine practitioner. She's based out of California, but I'm in Wisconsin. She's in California, and we talk just fine together. So she orders labs through like Quest Labs or things like that, and then you can get, your meetings with her on Zoom. She's very popular, so she's a little backed up right now, but if you want a functional doctor, then you can try reaching out to her. She's nutritionthenaturalway.com, or she's carnivore.keto.fitness on Instagram, or she's in the Mighty Network. So you can come over there too. Epstein-Barr depression and fibromyalgia diagnosis years ago. I have the Epstein-Barr. I do not have the depression or the fibromyalgia anymore. I solved all of those when I went keto the first time, high-fat keto. Not the heavy meat carnivore. That did not work for me. Just getting home and turning in. Any of you heard of Morley Robbins' work, Root Cause Protocol? Ooh, come back. He is the expert on iron and magnesium. Someone mentioned, they were like, oh, you should go join this, iron and magnesium, something or other. And I was like, I ain't doing anything. They were like, yeah, if you do this and this. And I was like, I ain't touching anything. I'm not doing anything until I figure out everything else. I'm still waiting for them to get back to me to let me know whether or not our insurance is activated, so that I can go see a doctor and then get the occult blood stuff figured out and see if it's actually a problem or if it was just a fluke. So we'll see. Keto Savage phase 1 is short, so I'll be upping protein soon. I know Iona loves her protein. I love it. Ooh, come back. 5 is wrong. 2 is perfect. I'm using my strips up so fast. I prick the side as well. Usually my middle or my ring are the least painful. Also, the CareTouch Lancet device has proven less painful for many. Learned about it from Steve at Serious Keto. Very cool. So, CareTouch Lancet device. Try that. Neely says, I still consider my diet keto since I usually register being in a state of ketosis on the monitors. Just can't do low protein or ultra high fat. And everybody is so different, and finding what works for you is super important. Before they prick me to test my hemoglobin to donate blood, I massage my finger. It's a trick that one of the blood donation nurses showed me. I wonder if doing this would change the keto mojo results. I don't know. 107. Oh, Marina said, we are 107 people watching. Let's do some thumbs up. You're so sweet. Let me see. Tina says, hi, sweet lady. Amy had to remind me packing that camper got me sidetracked. I know. You're going to be gone for what, a month this time? So rude. Like, to leave me. Not that we're actually physically, able to see each other. But that's not the point. I'm just going to go camping for a month. Oh, my gosh. Let me see. I have a brand new doc, Emily Dadamo. She is opening her dad's office. Generative medicine? I've never heard of that before. Amy, the skin on my face is getting softer and softer, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. That is so encouraging. Your skin and hair as a reflection of your health. I love it. Yeah, that's so cool. Absolutely love it. My poor husband. He's kind of waking up and kind of not. Oh, the fan is still on. I should turn off the fan. It's probably a little noisy. I should finish eating the rest of my salad. That's what I should do. It's butter lettuce, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and Italian seasoning. You're from Florida after Indigo Neely recommended you. Hello, Don. So my macros for the day. I had 2 fatty coffees this morning. I had 4 ounces of hamburger. I added some taco seasoning to it. 1 egg and 1 raw yolk. Mixed all of that together and ate that. It tastes like Taco Bell. It's so good. And you love her. I love her too. But yeah, it's so good. Like that taco seasoning with the raw yolk makes it taste like Taco Bell meat without the wheat and all the other crap. Fantastic. Leah says it will not change any results milking your finger. It makes it easier for the blood to come out. Fantastic. She is a nurse, so we're going to go with what the nurse says. That's what we're going to do. So that's what I had to break my, morning. I had the 2 coffees, and then hours later I had the hamburger and eggs, and now I'm having 2.5 ounces of butter lettuce. It's like half a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I will probably eat part of a chicken thigh later with the skin. And then that's going to bring me to like 71 grams of protein. So a little high for me. We'll see how I do. Yesterday, I was actually quite a bit higher. I was 78 on my protein yesterday. And today when I took my numbers just before I ate, yeah, my ketones weren't as high as they usually are. So I think I overdid the protein a little bit yesterday, but I was driving to and from the airport, and it was like a 6-hour round trip. So I needed my beef snack sticks to keep me awake and focused. I like their Strive biltong air dried sticks, and it's almost like tiny little pieces of like little nuggets of meat that are in the casing, and I'll pull them out one tiny little piece at a time, and it's almost like seeds. So I don't know if you guys ever did that, but when I was driving on a really long road trip, I would have either pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, and I would take one seed at a time and put it in my mouth and like pulverize it to keep myself awake and focused while I was driving. I can't do all those seeds now. Holy cow, that would be terrible on my digestive system and everything else. So I do those meat sticks instead, and I'll just sit there and like works great. I'm trying to really stay under my 75 grams of protein. You have the same effect when you don't. Yeah, I overdid the protein yesterday for sure, but I needed to drive. I like Dr. Boz's ketone drinks. Does anyone else drink 2 a day? Is that okay? Totally fine with you. Happy person. If you want to drink several a day, it just kind of depends on what your goals are. And while the ketones that your body makes will be more beneficial, the exogenous ketones can also bring a lot of benefits. So if you're trying to get into a deeper state of ketosis for medical reasons, healing reasons, they actually use those in some medical cases where they will actually give them the exogenous ketones because their bodies need the extra ketones, whether they're making them themselves or getting them exogenously, their bodies need it for healing. So you can absolutely drink those if you need them. Oh my word, yes, the meat sticks while driving. Same and same. Oh yeah. I'm only allowed 59 grams of protein. Is that because you're short? You must be fun sized. That's what I say. My people are fun sized when they're shorter than me. Actually, I don't even think I'm supposed to be doing that much because come to find out, I shrank again. So, yeah. My ketones took a nosedive the day after I ate too much protein and is only slowly coming back in the morning. Yes. It's no fun. 5'4". Yeah, you're fun sized. I call you fun sized. That's what I call you. My ketones. Oh, sorry. No, I already read that one. Happy person. Thanks for answering my question, joining VIPs. You're very welcome, and we'd love to have you. Today, 6 p.m. Central is our meeting, and we are talking about the topic is slow your roll. Talking about stop trying to rush your results. So we're going to go into detail on that. We're going to do check-ins with everybody because we didn't have anything on the 4th. So that's our meeting today over in the Mighty Network. That is our topic and our teaching for the day. Remember that dawn effect, though. Maybe try checking just before eating instead. I really wish I could check both. I really wish I could check in the morning so that I can see when my dawn phenomenon is over. Because I want to know that my liver is being emptied, that my glycogen stores are all gone. I don't know how long it's going to take for that to happen. So I would love to keep checking in the morning and then again just before I eat, but I just can't afford or justify all those ketone strips. It ain't going to happen. Measure your height in the morning. In the afternoon, we are shorter. Oh, that's true, Ayana. That is true. And I did just get adjusted. I should go get measured again. I'll do it in the morning. Forgot about that. You are so right, girl. So smart. Oh, okay. So I have a question, Leah, and there was another nurse. There was another one. Sue, Leah and Sue. Question. So I don't know if you guys saw my video where I told everyone what's wrong with me because super fun. I have. So for my GI, it was H. pylori, and then I had blood in my stool. Not sure why, but there was a decent amount. So I'm going to go to a gastroenterologist, but first I have to go to a PCP. Anyways, I have Lyme disease. I have 2 forms of Lyme disease, an IgG and an IgM. I have Epstein-Barr, tick-borne relapsing fever, Bartonella, HGA, human granulocytic anaplasmosis. I think that's what it was. I didn't write, I just wrote down HGA, parvovirus, Toxoplasma gondii, and streptococcal A. Are any of those transmissible person to person? Because I know Lyme isn't, but are any of those other ones transmissible person to person? Someone was saying something and they were worried about the kids and like my husband. So is that something I need to worry about? I mean, I don't, like, I share a water bottle with my husband. I still kiss my husband. I don't usually share anything with the kids, but do I need to worry about any of those? Or do you not know? I was going to ask Dr. Barry on the live last night, but I was driving and I kept losing signal. So I kept getting kicked out. So I'd have to get back in and then I'd have to raise my hand again. So I went from number 5 to number 17 on the list. And we never get to 17 questions, 17 people in an hour. It just doesn't happen. So that would be my question. Do any of those risk being transmitted to my people? Barb said I wouldn't care about the dawn effect. But my doctor wants my fasting blood sugar in the morning. It's always higher than I want it to be. Okay. So Sue said off the top of my head, no, I may have missed some of your items on your list. Lyme. That's not it. Hi, Tiny. What's up?
Cass has for Ferritin and Mommy.
Darling?
How much longer can we hold it?
For the what?
The fan. Because she has the pink fan.
Is she doing school?
She's holding it.
Okay, you guys can keep playing with it. It's fine.
Yeah, but how long are we supposed to hold it?
How about 2 hours? I love you. Oh my gosh. How long can we hold the hand fan for? 2 hours. You need a number. There are a lot of forms for the streptococcus. It's streptococcal with an L, not an S. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so it's Epstein-Barr, tick-borne relapsing fever, Bartonella, human granulocytic anaplasmosis, pretty sure. I just wrote down HGA. Parvovirus, Toxoplasma gondii, Gondii, and then streptococcal with an L, A. Yeah, I thought it should have been streptococcus, but it's streptococcal. I was like, I don't know. Anyways, so we have to figure out what is going on with me. I'm going to work with my functional medicine gal because I really don't think that I could handle huge doses of antibiotics right now. Not even close. There's another one of my immune markers that came back funky. Let me find it real quick. Let me see. No, it wasn't the tick-borne. It was the GI map. So the GI mapping, secretory IgGA, immune response. The range was 510 to 2010, and I was at 419. So I'm probably not going to do big doses of antibiotics. That just ain't going to happen. Nope. Not gonna do it. My guess is that the Epstein-Barr might be. Okay. I'm a microbiologist, by the way, but I never worked with EB. Yeah. Because when I went to go visit my son when they had their baby, when he was just a few months old, didn't hold him very much, washed my hands when I did, had no symptoms of anything. But when I told him everything that's wrong with me, he was like, should we go get him tested for something? I was like, I don't know. So that's what I was going to ask Dr. Barry. But I didn't get to ask Dr. Barry. So I'll ask him hopefully next Wednesday. So thank you, Barb. It's very interesting. Can I take echinacea? I don't know. I'm not going to take anything until I work with Danny. First I have to go see established care with a primary care physician. And then I have to take them these results. And then I have to say, can you go send me to a GI specialist? And then they have to check for more blood in my stool. And then they will, I don't think it's a problem. I could totally be wrong. But yeah. See, Anne said if you take a lot of antibiotics, you can end up with C. diff. I'm not going to do the antibiotics. I'm going to work with Danny and do supplements and natural ways of doing it. Every time I have ever done antibiotics, I have gotten an extreme yeast infection and had major issues. Oh, hey, Wendy. I didn't know you were in here. So I'm just not comfortable doing the antibiotics because it will tank my health. And right now, you wouldn't even know that I was sick. So, hi, Maria from Sweden. Oh, you're up late. I was almost late too. Sorry. But yeah, I'm just not going to play with it. The baby's innate immune system is protective, so I don't think that there's anything to worry about. My 2 cents. Okay. And he's breastfed too. So hopefully he's good. But yeah, I told my son, and he was like, I said, yeah, well, now you know why I haven't come to visit anymore, because I know something's wrong. I just didn't know what. Lyme, IgG, and IgM may be the same infection. So if you look at my results, and I can tell you about it more later, Wendy, if you want to see, I'll get on a little bit early. And which one is it? It's not this one. But yeah, I can show you a little bit more about it earlier. There was actually 2 forms of Lyme. Yeah, there were 2 different ones. So I can share my screen if you want to look at it later. Wendy's one of my VIPs. We do all kinds of fun stuff in the VIPs. Can you tell? The body's initial response to infection is IgM. Yeah, as the infection progresses, it refines the response. But yeah, there's different names to things on them. So it's I don't know everything. You can tell me what it is when you look at it for the fun of it. Hello from Sweden. Hello. Yeah. So that's my everything. Cassidy and Noah are downstairs doing school right now. We took a break from cleaning the room, and my table, you should see my table from end to end, like my 10-foot long table, and it's 4 feet wide. It's just covered and stuff. So much stuff. Different strains. Oh, guess what I found last night? A tick in between my toes. Makes tick number 3. Yeah. I give up. I give up. This year has been so bad with ticks. So bad. Even the people that we bought the house from that have lived here literally, well, he hasn't been here his whole life, but his wife has been. She lived in this house. They built this house. She grew up in this house. They have never, ever, ever seen ticks this bad before. Ever. They were like, there was this tick explosion. We don't understand it. Y'all, I've got 23 chickens. I have so much stuff. CDC has info on Epstein-Barr latent inactive virus is not contagious. Okay, cool. So hopefully that is not so. I'm sure he'll be fine. It would really suck. I was like, hi, grandson. Let me give you some of my diseases. So smart. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. That's unfortunate. So very cool. I'm just a fun puzzle. I'm fun. Neely's fun. We got to figure out what's wrong with Neely. Got to fix her. I wonder if after she gets her iron and ferritin fixed, she'd be able to do the keto. The high fat, low protein. If she would even want to. Hi, Allie. I'm eating salad. Lately, the salad hasn't been affecting me at all. I thought I was complicated. Me and Neely have you beat. Or Nikki. Nikki? I'm assuming Neely. Probably auto-corrected. Yeah, we have to be extra. Oh, I was with my older daughter, taking her to the airport the other day, and I said superfluous, and she goes, wait, what? I said superfluous. She was like, how do you, wait, what? What does it mean? And I said, unnecessarily extra. Like, I think that the letter C in the English alphabet is superfluous. We don't need it. We have an S, we have a K. We don't need C. I think that C could still exist, but it should say the sound ch. So we could get rid of the blend because CH does not sound like ch. Just, it doesn't. Anyway, so I said it's superfluous. And so she looks it up, and the definition is actually like unnecessarily something. And I was like, so it's unnecessarily extra. So I think I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to make a shirt that says superfluous with the broken down phonetics. And then the underneath, it's going to say unnecessarily extra. Like Lindsay has some of those shirts with the definition on it. I need to get one of those. I'm going to make one because I am superfluous. I'm unnecessarily extra. There have been no documented cases of transmission, but they also don't think that there are high rates of Lyme either. So true. So take it as you will. Check cases of Lyme and co-infections in dogs. Interesting. I don't think about that. I ate veggies on Saturday and Sunday, and I felt awful. Don't do it again. There's very few veggies that I can handle. Butter lettuce is okay. Like 2 slices. I need possum to eat ticks. Yeah, and my chickens. I do 2 slices of cucumber. Like tomatoes, really probably shouldn't do tomatoes. And I can't do avocados again. I'm back to no avocados again. Yeah. So I can't do much. Pamela said, what kind of salad? It looks interesting. It is butter lettuce. And I put balsamic vinegar on it, just like a little less than a tablespoon, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then I sprinkled that with Italian seasoning. It just tastes so fresh and light, and it's fantastic. Really said I probably wouldn't consider going low in protein unless my A1C started going up. Happy with my ketones and blood sugar numbers, and I really like the benefits of higher protein. I love it. It could be your animals. Oh, we have deer, but where they're coming from, they're everywhere. They're in town. Like the ticks are in town where there's no animals. And then they'll get into our cars and come with us. And it's like, this is insane. The people we bought the house from, they actually have a tick infestation in their car. It's insane. It's like someone released a couple billion ticks because they came out of nowhere. They have never been this bad before. It is absolutely crazy, right? And I'm afraid of coming to Australia for why? Got ticks here. Yeah, we don't need the C that was added and put in place of the G, and the G was moved. It's superfluous. Just saying. We don't need it. Maybe test at dawn once a week. Oh, yeah, I could. Maybe I'll just eat early once a week, and then I'll test in the morning and see what that does. I like that. Be flexible, be fluid, and I'm not getting a possum unless Annabella sends me one from Australia, because those ones are cute. Our possums here are terrifying. They're like giant rats. I'm good. I'm sure I could be superfluous too, right? Ayana will all get shirts that say superfluous. Ayana's an English teacher. All lettuce is off the table, but I can do a few green beans or asparagus, also avocado. I miss avocado. I'm hoping I get better again. Hi, Uncle Big Guy. Oh, listening on your way home. Yes. Yes. Oh, waiting on your numbers from blood work screening. Oh, you feel better, Annabella. I'm so glad. I know you were having a crummy couple of days. I'm very glad you're feeling better. Tomatoes make my mouth sore. Pineapple does that to me. Granted, I haven't had it in 5 years, but pineapple would freaking make holes in my mouth, like holes in my tongue and in my cheeks and my gums. It was like ulcers. Possums do eat ticks, but they also eat chickens. And I've got like 40 chickens. I really would like to keep 40 chickens because then I get 40 eggs. I don't get that many. Right now I get like a dozen, maybe 18, because some of them are babies and they're not laying eggs yet. What do the tomatoes and avocados do to me? So the tomatoes, they cause joint pain, and they cause me to swell up and gain like 4 pounds overnight. And then they kind of make my mouth burn a little bit on the inside. The avocados make my ankles swell bad, and then sometimes they'll give me heart palpitations. Town ticks, that's just wrong. No tick should live in town. Seriously, at the grocery store, you'll be walking on the sidewalk and you will look down and there's a tick. Well, I don't even know what to do with that. I really don't. Skunks also eat ticks and chickens. I knew someone who had a pet skunk. Someone broke in and the skunk stamped his little feet. That's adorable. My doggies don't really stamp their little feet. I think I'm actually going to have to cut Libelle's nails. Like, Shuriken keeps his nice and trimmed down. Hers are just growing ridiculously. I think I'm actually going to have to cut them. The breeders told us not to. They were like, don't cut them. They'll work them down on the side, on the concrete. They'll be fine. Hers are not. Hers are getting too long. I'm actually going to have to cut them. And I don't know that I can take my 75-pound dog and suspend it from the doorway like they've been doing with those like little pit bulls. Or they're so cute. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but they're like hanging this dog up in the doorway, and then their nails are down so that they can clip them. I don't think I can do that with my 78-pound German Shepherd. That would be a really fun Instagram post. We have homegrown romaine lettuce this year, made a vinaigrette dressing of 2 parts avocado oil to 1 part balsamic vinegar. Delicious. I slowly blended all the oil and the vinegar, and with my frother, yeah, I like it. I've never been bitten by a tick. I'm up to 3. Bella had one in her head the other day. It was in her hair, and it was fat. I don't know how long it had been there. So now we got to watch her too. It stinks. How do you fix iron and ferritin anemia? A lot of stuff. So to fix iron and ferritin anemia, you're going to want to make sure you're following Indigo Neely on YouTube, because she just found out she has all of her issues. So she will be sharing all of that. I do not have iron or ferritin deficiencies at all. I'm the complete opposite. I am way too high on the ferritin. The iron's perfect, if not on the slightly high side. But Indigo Neely would be the person to follow, because as she goes on her journey, I'm sure she will be sharing with you guys what she finds. And in her last video, her last Wellness Wednesday, she actually did talk about a lady who talks about iron and ferritin deficiencies, and she holds up like this printout that she did. So go check out her latest Wellness Wednesday over at Indigo Neely if you have not seen that so far. But possums eat ticks and chickens. Cannot have my chickens. I've been stalled since December. I was low on B12 after getting that up, and now folic acid and iron are low. Yeah, like our bodies are, hey Ford, our bodies are crazy. They're like these ecosystems. They're supposed to be these balanced ecosystems, and so when we mess with one parameter, it throws so many things out of whack, and then we have to find them one at a time to get them back in order. It's almost exhausting. Like it's really frustrating. People ask me, so are you done? Like, you don't have to change anything else, right? I'm like, I'm so messed up. I've got so many changes I'm going to have to do. Lots of people are like that. So I don't know that we will ever find the thing that's going to work forever. You could never guarantee that, because what happens if you get into an accident and you have to change something? What happens if you get an illness and you have to change something? So I'd love to say that you guys will figure it out and then it'll be good forever, but there's no forever. Woo, Sherry, you got alpha gal syndrome. That stinks. Do all nightshades do that? Nope. I can eat chili peppers just fine. I can eat my hot wings with no problems whatsoever. I don't gain weight. I don't get inflammation, nothing like that. So not all of those do it to me. I have to toast my pecans. pecans, and walnuts too. The raw ones also make my mouth sore. My taste buds pop right out. Oh my gosh, that's what my daughters do. Like on her tongue, there'll be patches of her taste buds that are like sticking out further than anything else. It's so bizarre. So funny. My 80-pound dog only gets his nails clipped when he gets a dental cleaning. I have not, because mine are raw fed and they have bones all the time. They have got the most gorgeous gleaming white teeth. They are super strong and super clean. So I don't have to get mine cleaned at all. And we don't take them anywhere. We don't go anywhere. We try to stay on the farm as much as possible. I have antisocial dogs. Tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and potatoes are nightshades and can cause pain. I know a lot of people who can't handle any of those. I got the alpha-gal syndrome about 6 years ago from a bite. I could not eat mammal meat for 18 months. So glad that is behind me, hoping it never happens again. When I got the original tick bite that we know the Lyme came from, we are pretty sure, we thought it was alpha-gal because I got a rash for 2 straight days, super itchy, and I that comment, oh my gosh. So we thought maybe it was because of the cow that I was eating. So for 2 weeks I went straight fowl and fish. I stayed away from all mammals. And then I got the test. The test said that I was negative for alpha-gal. So then I went back to incorporating mammals. I still don't eat a ton of, I really don't eat a ton of mammals. I don't feel as good on them. I just really don't. So Mark made a comment. Guinea fowl eat ticks and not chickens. However, they will kill each other. Did you know that? Guinea fowl actually have these little blinders that you can buy to put right here so that they can't see each other. Because if you have too many males or some combination of too many, they will kill each other. Nature is vicious, y'all. Like it ain't nice. My husband's been talking about wanting guinea fowl. I'm like, I don't know. We actually are going to get some more geese though. So we'll get some more geese. They can work on clearing out the stuff too. Lisa. I saw that. Nature is not for the faint of heart. You are so right. Lisa said, to trim your dog's nails, do the trick of putting plastic wrap around your head and then slipping some peanut butter on it. And then the dogs sit there and lick the peanut butter while you do their nails. I just saw that. My husband just glared at me. It was hilarious. This woman does this, I don't know if it was a TikTok or what, but she wrapped her head. She reaches into the jar and smears it on there. And then sat there doing the dog's nails. It was hilarious. The dog's just like, lick, lick, lick. What are you doing? Lick, lick. What are you doing? You're touching me. Lick, lick. You could tell the dog wanted to freak out, but it was like peanut butter. It was really funny. Yeah, my big baby. Ayana, I just subscribed to Indigo. Late to the party. Yeah, no, she is way more higher protein, lower, moderate. She's not even lower fat. She's still high fat. She just has the higher protein. You know, she doesn't do the super suppressed protein. Hi, Deborah. I'm just sitting here eating a salad and we're talking about peanut butter on plastic wrap wrapped around your head and cutting dogs' nails and the fact that everything eats chickens except for guinea fowl. That wraps up my conversation for today. So funny. I should probably let you guys go because my house is a disaster. I've got kids' school I need to check. I need to get some bedrooms done. Pamela said I kind of still have the low carb, medium protein. Don't sweat the fat. I like it. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys go now, unless someone has any other questions or something funny we need to talk about. If I can't think of anything else. Go back to bed, love. Go get nice and warm and toasty under your covers. And get snuggled up because it's cold there right now. I know. We've heard that before about peanut butter and cutting dogs' nails. Barb, you're welcome. Okay, guys. Maybe I'll take a picture later. Giant disaster downstairs. I love you all. And hopefully I'll see some of you tonight in the VIPs. And the rest of you I will see on Sunday with live. Bye, guys.